I already knew I will fall in love with Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo because Queen Dasol has never ever disappointed me. But I didn't know that I will get so emotionally involved with this series and its characters in just 2 short episodes. It's rare for a series to grip me so quickly, and I can already tell it's going to be something special. There's so much I want to express about this series, the chemistry, the emotional depth, the way the characters pull you in, but every time I try to gather my thoughts, I feel completely overwhelmed. It's been a while since the show has hit me this hard, this fast. I find myself reflecting on each scene, each interaction, and I know this story will stay with me for long after it ends. So in this video, I want to highlight 10 of my cherished scenes from the 2 episodes that have aired so far. Even though Toho barely knows Jooyoung, he's been deeply concerned about his well-being from the start. He urges Jooyoung to return to Seoul, fearing that staying and training under his father would lead to more physical and emotional abuse. Toho is especially protective because he sees Jooyoung's happy demeanor and genuine smile, and he doesn't want that joy to be stripped away. He even notices Jooyoung's injured shoulder during their first Taekwondo match and purposely loses, cutting the fight short to spare him any further pain. He doesn't want the darkness surrounding his life in this village to rub off on Jooyoung's joyous attitude. The 2 boys are so emotionally connected even though they barely know each other. I wonder if this is exactly how soulmates find each other, by sharing an unspoken bond that transcends familiarity. Despite their limited time together, they instinctively share each other's pain, unable to bear seeing the other suffer. Jooyoung, after witnessing Toho being slapped by his father, feels compelled to comfort him. He wants to bring him an ice pack but doesn't want to embarrass him, so he uses the excuse of inviting Toho to eat garlic ice cream. Jooyoung pushes his way into Doho's room, refusing to leave him alone in his sadness, determined to be there for him in his own gentle way. Their connection feels so profound, like they've found a piece of themselves in each other. When Jooyoung bit the bottom of Doho's ice cream cone, it was the first time Toho felt his heart stir because of him. For a brief moment, they were in a kiss-like position, just inches apart, before Jooyoung playfully took a bite. Toho was stunned, unsure how to react, as his heart seemed to stop in that instant. He felt a familiar sensation, one he knew he shouldn't be feeling, the same flutter he'd only experienced once before with Yeonho. Toho instantly recognized what it was, but he didn't want to acknowledge it, afraid of letting those feelings resurface again. This unexpected moment made everything more complicated for him, stirring emotions he thought he had long buried. I'm going to be in so much hell watching this series because I cannot stop feeling heartbroken for Yeonho. The love he has for Toho is so clear, and yet it's trapped beneath layers of pain and repression. When Yeonho's friends were taunting him to punish Toho for running away with Jooyoung, he instinctively stepped in to protect him, choosing to give only a warning. It's obvious he never wants to see Toho hurt, but the internalized homophobia he carries, fueled by the toxic environment of the village and their abusive fathers, holds him back. He can't bring himself to openly defend Toho or confess his feelings, no matter how deep they run. It was hilarious watching Toho panic when Jooyoung casually stripped in front of him to show off his thigh muscles. You could practically see Doho's ears turning red from embarrassment, but Jooyoung remained blissfully unaware of how flustered Toho was. The moment Jooyoung made him touch his thigh was the final straw. Toho couldn't handle it anymore and ended up pushing him out of the bathroom in sheer panic. In his overwhelmed state, Toho even blurted out some harsh words which left Jooyoung feeling hurt. Little does Jooyoung know that Doho's rude reaction wasn't out of dislike, but because he's wrestling with his confusing feelings for him. Ever since Toho scolded Jooyoung for making noise, Jooyoung became extra cautious not to disturb him. He even stepped out into the freezing cold to take his mother's phone call, which shows just how much he cares about Doho's comfort. But I believe there's more to it than just concern. Another reason Jooyoung likely chose to take the call outside is because his relationship with his parents isn't as strained as Doho's. He didn't want to unintentionally make Doho feel worse by letting him overhear how much his parents care for him. Knowing that Doho has never experienced that kind of love or concern from his own family, Jooyoung's thoughtfulness runs deeper than just being considerate. It's quiet, sensitive gesture that reflects how much he's starting to understand Doho's struggles. This moment stands out as one of the most poignant in the show so far. No one has ever cared enough for Doho to make a meal for him. It's always been him looking after himself and even taking care of the students staying at his house to train under his father. When Jooyoung made breakfast for him, you can see Doho's eyes well up as he stares at the warm meal in front of him, overwhelmed by the simple act of kindness. And who else got that little spark of jealousy from Jooyoung when he asked Doho if he used to make breakfast for the other students who lived there before him, and Doho said yes? Jooyoung's smile vanished so quickly. It was a fleeting but telling moment, one that hinted at Jooyoung's own growing feelings for Doho. I swear Yeonho is here to confuse the shit out of me because how can I not see the burning love that he has for Doho? It's like it's constantly threatening to surface and yet he keeps pushing it down. Once again, Yeonho steps in to protect Doho and you can tell there's something deeper between them. Even Doho knows the feelings are there. There was a time in the past when he felt the same for Yeonho, but now everything has changed. Doho's feelings have shifted from love to hatred as Yeonho continues to bully him, all while hiding his true emotions. The tension between them is so palpable, but instead of resolving their feelings, it's like they're trapped in this painful cycle. Yeonho's internal struggle is heartbreaking, but the way he deals with it is pushing Doho further away, creating this tragic distance between them that feels impossible to bridge. The fact that Jooyoung's legs are bleeding from being hit by Doho's father and Doho got beaten up by bullies while going out to get garlic ice cream for Jooyoung absolutely screams "I love you" to the moon and back. They are both hiding their pain, both physically and emotionally, and yet they are walking arm in arm, leaning on each other without saying a word. It's a scene that's as painful as it is heartwarming, showing just how deeply they care for each other without needing to express it outright. And then there's Yeonho watching them together. This moment adds another layer of complexity to an already intense scene. You can feel his jealousy and heartache, which makes the scene even more gut-wrenching. Only Hwang Da-sol could create something this emotionally charged. Her ability to weave together so many conflicting emotions, love, pain, jealousy, and warmth into one seamless scene is nothing short of cinematic genius. Doho simply can't help himself when it comes to protecting Jooyoung, especially when they spar. Jooyoung wants a fair fight, but Doho knows Jooyoung is hurt, and the last thing he wants is to cause him any more pain. When Doho figures out that Jooyoung was hit by his father, the agony in his eyes was absolutely unbearable to watch. This was the one thing Doho never wanted for Jooyoung, the very thing he was trying to shield him from, and it happened while he wasn't there to stop it. When Doho said he didn't want to worry about Jooyoung, it was almost like an indirect confession. It was his way of admitting that he has feelings for Jooyoung, feelings he's trying to suppress. He doesn't want to care for him, but he can't help it. And that realization hits both of them hard. When Jooyoung understood the depth of Doho's emotions, he couldn't stop himself from reaching out and kissing him. I swear my heart literally stopped when Jooyoung suddenly kissed him here. Share your favorite scenes from the show so far in the comments below and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Bye lovelies!